Okay, so my name's Kelly Doll for anyone that doesn't know me, and I wanted to do this call because sorry, I have a mint in my mouth, so it's probably going to drive you guys crazy this whole time, but they made some major changes to our compensation plan and to our charting, more specifically at conference, which was just last weekend. And I am still like so pumped up about these changes. You guys, like, this changes so much for so many of you, and you may not even realize it right now, especially if you're really new to this. So obviously, if you're new to this and you know nothing else about our charting, that's awesome. This is you learning it for the first time. If you have been in the business for a while and you know what the old charts look like, you have to forget what you knew before and listen to what we're teaching you tonight, okay? So the reason that I want to do this is because we're all here to make money, right? And it's very important to understand our charting and how we make money and how you can rank up in this business, because that's how you can increase your paycheck very quickly in this business. So we're going to start from the ground up, and we're going to talk about Ruby. If you are fairly new to this, and because I know I have some new girls that I was like, sure, jump on tonight. Once we, really focus on the Ruby chart, and I'm going to share my screen so that everyone can see that, Becca, too. Really focus on the Ruby chart, but it's good for you to understand how we build on Ruby within this business. So I'm going to share my screen. And if you guys have questions while we're going along, please do not hesitate to ask. When I'm sharing my screen, I cannot see, I don't think I can see the chat. So it makes it a little tricky. So now in our company, Ruby is essentially the first rank. So what a Ruby is a distributor. So myself, I'm just going to name people that I see, like Danielle, Courtney, Becca, whoever. You would have 3 distributors under you. So I'm going to pretend like I just joined the company. And so I just joined for $20 because that's currently a deal, which is really incredible. And I signed my friend Courtney up. So her name goes in one of those qualified like boxes. And she is a distributor on my team. So then I'm going to sign up. I can do another text box. And I'm going to sign up my friend Becca. And my friend Becca goes in another one of those boxes. So she's going to be another qualified lake, and I'm going to get into what a qualified lake is. And then my friend Danielle, she signs up. So she is my 3rd qualified lake. So the names in the boxes are distributors on your team. And right now, what's really cool is you can sign up distributors for $20. If you are brand new and you just started this month and you do not have a $20 code, I want you to reach out to your enroller, because I'm 99% sure we can find you $20 codes to help your friends get started for $20 as well. There's lots of codes out there, so don't stress about that aspect. We can help you find $20 codes so you can get your 3 people and get yourself charted for Ruby. So I signed my 3 friends, Courtney, Danielle, and Becca. They're distributors on my team. That's awesome. That means I'm charted for the rank of Ruby. So charted is great. That's the first step. The next step is helping them to be qualified lakes. So what does a qualified lake mean? Ruby, as you can see here, it says 3 qualified lakes and 2,000 group volume. Notice it says and 2,000 group volume. So a qualified leg by definition is a distributor with 400 in volume directly under them. So that Courtney, let's say Courtney jumped in and she signed 3 customers, and let's say she had 115 volume from the orders that her customers put in. So if you don't know this, every one of our products, when people order, has a volume associated with it. So for example, the wraps, when you order the wraps, they're $59 in cost, but they have 54 in volume associated with them. So if Courtney signed 3 customers that ordered wraps, that'd be 162 in volume that she would have directly under her, okay? And then let's say Courtney signs up her friend, and her friend signs 4 or 5 customers for the same thing. her friend's volume adds into Courtney's volume. So in order to be a qualified leg, they have to have 400 in volume from customers' orders and or from their personal orders. So Courtney can have 150, 162 in volume, like I said, from her 3 customers. And let's say her friend under her signed up and they signed a few customers and they had 150 in volume. So that's a little over 300 in volume. And then let's say Courtney makes a personal order for coffee and greens and gets herself to 400. Okay? 400 in volume is a qualified leg. And that's 400 in volume that can come from anywhere in that leg, whether it's just one person or whether it's a person that has multiple people under them. But the most important part is that that volume is at least at 400. So the same would be in the case with Danielle and Becca. Let's say Danielle and Becca don't have any distributors under them and they're just signing their own customers. You want to help your distributors get to the 400 club or the qualified leg club by signing customers and getting those orders in up to 400. Does anyone have any questions about that? Signing customers, getting customers underneath your distributors. So that qualified leg volume comes from customers' orders, that distributors' personal orders that they make. And also if you are me, in this case, somebody's drawing on my screen. I don't know who it is, but please stop. If you are me, in this case, let's say I'm signing customers and I've already signed my 4 to get my shopping spree. I can then, any others that I can sign, I can move under my qualified legs, under my girls on my team to help them get to that 400, to that qualified leg status. Hold on, I can see the chat. Okay, so I wonder if I can erase what was just drawn. Oh, I can. Okay, so then this is what, if you're new to this, you don't know any different, but if you're old to this, the and 2,000 total group volume is a new thing. So you also have to have 2,000 in total group volume. So what does that mean? That means that any volume that I have, so I'm you in this case, this is my Ruby chart, any volume that I have directly under me, plus any volume that my distributors have directly under them, that is my total group volume. And in eSuite, if you look at, if you log into eSuite, eSuite.itworks.com, and you click on reports at the top, and then you click on Tree Viewer. Tree Viewer is my favorite report. There are other ways to look at it, but I'm going to talk about Tree Viewer. Click on Tree Viewer. Over on the right, there's a Volumes tab. If you click on Volumes, it'll tell you your current personal bonus volume, and it'll tell you your current GV, which is your group volume. Your group volume is for your whole organization, your whole team. So if you're just getting started, both of those numbers may be 0 if you haven't signed any customers. That's okay. That's totally okay. But in order to promote to Ruby, you need at the end of the month, or before the end of the month, that GV number to say 2,000. Okay? So you have to have 2,000 overall in order to promote to Ruby and have each of these ladies on your team be qualified legs. Okay? So sometimes I have girls on my team who have almost 1,000 in group volume directly under them, or even personal volume, because they've signed so many customers and they're just starting to sign distributors. So they're going after Ruby. So they're going to hit that 2,000 that much more quickly because they already have that volume directly under them. Okay, so that 2,000 group volume is key in addition to the 3 qualified legs. So it's just 3 people, you guys, besides yourself, in order to go Ruby. You just need 3 distributors. Okay, who has questions about Ruby right now? I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And I want to...
I have a question really fast, Kelly, that I know some people had.
Yeah.
Does it have to be split evenly?
Well, each leg has to be at 400 at least. So that part has to be even.
But like to requalify, does it have to be
Ruby,
split?
there's no, I don't believe at Ruby you can requalify with 4,000 anymore. I don't think that's a thing.
Okay. So it's
when
just
I was
one.
reading the compensation plan. So Ruby, it has to be like qualified legs plus another 800. So Jolene asked, you only need 800 JV. Exactly. So you could have that volume directly under you and your personal volume. You could have that volume, you know, you can start building towards Emerald. Once you get these 3 distributors in place, then whoever your enroller is, you're going to start talking about Emerald and building towards Emerald. Because ideally, you're going to be charted for Ruby. You're going to start filling this volume, but you're going to keep signing distributors because you guys, this is boom season. This is when everyone wants what you have. This is when everyone wants to be on your team. And we have an amazing compensation plan that makes it that much easier to promote in our company. We have products that are cutting edge, products that no one else has, products that are producing results that no one else has. Everyone has, you have what everyone wants, okay? Literally. You have what everyone wants. So if you're not putting it out there, you're doing yourself and your business a disservice. I can tell you that right now. So do you have to get Ruby each month, or do you keep building after that? The goal would be to keep building after that. If your only goal is to hit Ruby and maintain Ruby, that's fine, but you would have to maintain with the volumes, okay? Since we're talking about Ruby, I want to talk about the guarantee bonus because I know that applies for some ladies that are on this call. So I just want to roll into that really quick, and then we'll move on to Emerald. So, guarantee bonus. If you joined December 28th or later, so December 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st in 2018, or if you joined in 2019 so far, you are eligible for the guarantee. They're calling them bonuses, but really it's a guaranteed income. The way that this works is if you promote to Ruby in your first 2 calendar months, so if you joined in December, you have all of January and all of February to promote to Ruby. If you joined in January, you have all of February and all of March to promote to Ruby. And then the second piece to the guarantee income is you have the 3rd month to go Emerald and a $3,000 guarantee. So the way that this works, I want to focus on the Ruby aspect first. When you go Ruby, your first 2 months, you get 2 full calendar months. So let's say you joined in January, your goal is to go Ruby this month, February. That means you still have 2 more months to go Emerald, right? You have until the end of April. But the way the guarantee works with Ruby is when you go Ruby, in your first 2 calendar months, you are guaranteed to make $1,000 in income. And that's a combined income of your commissions, your fast start bonuses that you earn from helping other teammates get started, and I don't think I'm forgetting anything, am I? No, it's just those 2 things, commissions and fast start bonuses. Any cash you make from product you sell that you have personally, like that doesn't get included. If you do not make $1,000 in your first 2 months, and you go Ruby in your first 2 months, and you have at least 3 teammates on your team that you have enrolled yourself as a distributor. So if I, for example, like Courtney, let's say Courtney's on my Ruby, right? And I enrolled Courtney, Becca, and Danielle on my Ruby I just showed you guys. Courtney enrolled one of her distributors, just like I was talking about, right? Let's say I enrolled 2 distributors and I placed them under Courtney. Courtney could go Ruby, but in that following month, within her first 2 months, she would have to enroll 2 more distributors and fast start them in order to get that $1,000 guarantee. So the only caveat to all of this is when you promote, you know, you can promote to Ruby, you can promote to Emerald, but 3 of your distributors have to be personally enrolled to you and have to be fast start qualified in their first 30 days. That is the most important part. I don't want to see anyone go Ruby and then be like, oh my gosh, I went Ruby, but I'm not getting, you know, that extra money from corporate. What did I miss? You have to personally enroll 3 distributors. It doesn't have to be your first 3 distributors. It just has to be 3 of the distributors on your team. So if someone's helping you, like if I'm helping Courtney get to Ruby, that's great. We'll get to Ruby in a month. Awesome. But then that means that next month, she needs to make sure she's enrolling 2 more distributors and getting them fast start qualified so that she gets that guarantee. Okay? And the way the guarantee works is if in your first 2 months as a Ruby, you don't make $1,000. So if you go Ruby in February, which is this month, and March, you're still Ruby and you're working towards Emerald, if you don't make $1,000, It Works is going to make up the difference. They're going to pay you the difference. You guys, they've never done something like this. And it's really cool. and really awesome because there's no bonus associated. So like the likelihood of making $1,000 in your first 2 months isn't high. Like making $1,000 in your first 2 months of this business is incredible. Okay. So the only reason I made that much in my first 2 months is because there was a Ruby bonus. So that's essentially what they're doing. They're not calling it a bonus, but it's a guarantee. So why would she need to fast start 2 more if you only need 3 for Ruby and she enrolled 2? She would total, if you are going after the Ruby guarantee or the Emerald guarantee, you personally have to enroll 3 of the distributors and fast start them. So even though I helped her get to Ruby, in order for her to get that guarantee and that corporate to pay that gap, Courtney has to have enrolled at least 3 within those first 2 months. So she could go Ruby in the first 30 days, but if only 1 or 2 of the distributors are hers, she's got to make up that difference in that second month to get the guarantee. Emerald, it's still 3. So it's just 3. If you enroll 3 right off the bat in your first month and you fast start them, you're good for the guarantee. And you've got 90 days to do it. $3,000 in 90 days, you guys. That's awesome. I can tell you I didn't make $3,000 in my first 90 days. That's really cool. Okay? Questions on that? How do you fast start someone? Awesome question. Fast start qualification. I'm going to pull up the comp plan really quick because I really like that the definitions are in there. And I feel like people often overlook this and don't ever look at our compensation plan, and that's really a problem. So we're just going to pull up the comp plan. Hold on, I'm going to get to it really quick because it's just so dang helpful, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to go over a couple of definitions and then we're going to go over the comp plan or the fast start. This is in eSuite under Documents Library. Search comp plan. The old comp plan is gone. Okay, search comp plan. So this is step 1, becoming commission qualified. I want to just read these definitions to you really quick and talk about bonus volume, personal customer volume, and then personal bonus volume, group volume. So bonus volume is the assigned value of a product for the purpose of qualification and calculation of bonuses and commission for distributors. So just like I said, wraps, 54 BV, greens, 30 BV, cleanse, 36 BV. Are you expected to have these memorized right now? No. No, you're not. You're not at all. I've been doing this for 3 years, okay? So don't feel bad if you don't know what that means or what that is. But you'll see them in eSuite when you're ordering or placing an order for a customer, you'll see what the BV is. Personal bonus volume is the sum of the bonus volume from a distributor's personal orders and all personally enrolled loyal and retail customers. So that's personal bonus volume, that's the volume directly under you. Personal customer volume is the sum of the BV from their distributor's personally enrolled loyal customers. Personal customer volume does not include a distributor's personal orders or retail customer orders. You don't really have to worry about that until you're looking at a diamond bonus this month. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but don't stress out about personal customer volume right now because that's not even notated in eSuite, and we'll talk about that for the diamond bonus. Group volume. Sum of your personal bonus volume plus the personal bonus volume of every distributor in your downline organization. The nice thing is eSuite adds all of this up for you for your group volume. You don't have to do that math yourself. Okay, that's all in eSuite. It is updated daily as people place orders, as auto ships run from the month before. That's all updated daily. Now, we're going to scroll down to how to be Fast Start qualified. Become Fast Start bonus qualified. So the Fast Start bonus is a $100 cash bonus you can earn by enrolling a new distributor who meets the Fast Start bonus qualification in their first 30 days. To earn the bonus, you need to be Fast Start bonus qualified. So, distributor buys the kit, accumulates 150 in that personal bonus volume, or sets up and processes their optional auto shipment, 80 BV auto shipment, wraps and greens, wraps and coffee, wraps and Thermofide X. Those all add up to 80 BV during the first 30 days. Setting up an auto shipment, if you don't know this, is very, very helpful for a couple of reasons. One, you can order product that you want to use so that you can be a product to the product, which is going to help you be successful in your business. And 2, you can also order things that you would like to give away for samples, sulfur samples, that sort of a thing. And then those people have to enroll 2 qualified active loyal customers during their first 30 days. So sometimes it takes 2 loyal customers to get to 150, sometimes it takes 3 or 4. But if they're running the auto shipment, if they have it set up, you only need 2 qualified loyal customers directly under them. So if you are new to this, let's say in February or even in January, you have to meet these requirements to be Fast Start qualified. Then your enroller gets that $100 bonus. So what's nice is when you enroll a distributor, because you're going to benefit from helping your new distributor get Fast Start bonus qualified, you can help them do that. You can sign 2 customers and move them under them, okay? So Fast Start qualification is essential. Those $100 bonuses add up very quickly. Do not miss a $100 bonus, ever. Don't do it. It's not worth it. $100 bonuses are like my favorite way to make money in this business. My favorite. There are months where I make $2,000 in Fast Start bonuses, okay? Like, you can make tons and tons of money in Fast Start bonuses. Does anyone have any questions about Fast Start bonuses or personal bonus volume or any of that? I'm going to stop sharing for a second. If you got all 3 by yourself, you have a bonus. So you get bonuses on anyone that you personally enroll, your personally enrolled distributors who get themselves Fast Start qualified, or if you help them get Fast Start qualified. You get that bonus if you're the enroller, distributor enroller. So I was talking about moving distributors under Courtney earlier. If I enroll distributors and move them under Courtney, I get the bonus. Courtney gets the benefit of building her team, but I get the bonus because I personally enrolled them. Does that make sense? Okay. Who has questions before we move on to the Emerald chart? And you guys, like, this chart is fictitious. Like, Courtney and I are sidelines. She's not in my dominant halfway. Same with Becca and Danielle. Like, we're all in different teams. So you signed up a distributor and you have 4 loyal customers, would you get the bonus? If it's within the first 30 days, and if those 4 loyal customers got them to 150 in volume, personal bonus volume, then yes. If they don't have an auto ship set up. If they have an auto ship set up for 80 BV and you got them 4 loyal customers, yes, you got that bonus. And those get paid out weekly. And so, like, the week ends on like Friday afternoons. So for example, last weekend while we were at conference, like, I try to keep track of who I need to Fast Start qualify so that I can get paid on them the following week. They all got the Thermofite X and 2 with the cleanse as well. Then yes, that's over 150, so you should get a bonus for that. You just have to be commission qualified as well as a distributor to get paid on that. Okay, Emerald chart. Everybody ready for an Emerald chart? Before I pull this up, I want you guys to know and remember something that's so, so important. One of my first trainings with this company, I had just gone Ruby. They told us that our business was built on rubies, and if you could go Ruby, you could go Ambassador Diamond. And that still holds true. Our business is built on rubies. If you can go Ruby and you can help others go Ruby, you can go from Ruby to Ambassador Diamond to double Ambassador Diamond, which is now a thing, okay? So, like, you can do anything in this business if you master the Ruby. So now I'm going to show you an Emerald chart because then you can understand what I mean by that. So, share screen. And okay, so this is an Emerald chart, and I want you to tell me, so you can, the Emerald, you can see the top. Okay, so what do you see here that's common with a Ruby chart? There's 2 rubies, okay? An Emerald is literally helping 2 friends go Ruby, and 1 qualified leg on your top line. You guys, this is so simple. It's so simple. It just blows my mind how simple this is now. So for my previous chart, let's say I'm the U here again. So let's say Courtney's a ruby leg and Danielle's a ruby leg. Both of them have gone out and found their 3 teammates to help them go ruby. And then I have Becca, who's a qualified leg, on my top line. So as you see, it reads requirements: 3 qualified legs, 2 being ruby legs. So Courtney and Danielle are going to be my rubies, and 5,000 in group volume. Do you guys remember how much you need in group volume to be a ruby? 2,000 in group volume, okay? So that means you would need at least 2,000 coming from each ruby leg, which would need to happen in order for them to promote to ruby, okay? So that's at least 4,000 in volume coming from there. And then your qualified leg, in this case, Becca, is my qualified leg. She's got at least 400 in volume. That only leaves 600 in volume. And let's say that Danielle's ruby leg is like killing it and she's got like 3,000 in volume already. I'm good, right? I've got over 5,000 in group volume. I'm good to go. I'm promoting to Emerald. And all of these qualified legs, because they're still qualified legs, they're on Courtney's and Danielle's ruby, within their ruby charts, they have to have 400. It works the same way. It builds on each other. Just making sure so you can give them LCs if they're slacking. When you're okay. And just like Courtney said, you can stack people. There's always going to be people in this business that aren't going to want this as badly as you do. There's always going to be people that come into this and decide it's not for them before they even get started. Things like that happen. So you can always, if you've already placed customers under a distributor, you can always stack another distributor under them to help with that group volume, with that qualified leg volume. Does that make sense? That's why it's so important to always be looking for new teammates, because you always want to be bringing in new blood and new excitement into your organization. Does anyone have any questions about the Emerald chart as a whole? So now it takes only 9 teammates to go Emerald and 5,000 in group volume. This is amazing, you guys. It's amazing.
Can I just say something really fast?
Yeah.
Answer a question in the chat.
Yeah.
So people said something about like, what if people aren't working or whatever? I'll be honest, if someone's not working and they just signed up and they decided to not do this, I'm still going to go fast start them so I can give them $100, because that's $100. So like, I'll be more than happy to put, say they don't have an auto shipment set up. You're going to have to put 150 BV under them, right? So you get the $100 bonus. It is worth it to me to put that $150 bonus, especially when you go diamond and above. You also get CAD bonuses, which we can talk about later, but you get a free $100 just by signing someone up if you place customers under them. Now, of course, we always want to train people to get their customers on their own, but if it's someone, you can't make someone work this business. So that being said, if someone's not doing, working the business like they should, and I need to get that bonus before the 30 days, I'm going to put customers under there. And then what I'm going to do is continue to find new people to work with that does want this business. And depending on where they are on my chart, I will stack distributors under the people that are not working. So say if they are a 400 box, I put the distributor that's not working in a 400 box. Okay. And I signed, and they're not working, and I signed 3 customers to make 150 BV, and I placed it under them. That's volume still there that I could use for a 400 box. So that means if I sign another distributor and I'm like, okay, I need this 400 box to promote, I'm going to stack another distributor under that distributor so I can use that 150 that I just placed under that person. It's going to add up to that new distributor that I just stacked under the one not working. Does that make sense? Kind of confusing.
Okay.
But
no,
always try to get your fast start bonuses. Do what?
No, that's really helpful. I think.
Okay, yeah, always try to get your fast start bonuses. But my tip to you is do not try to make someone work in this business because they're not going to if they don't want to. But make sure you get your fast start bonus because, hey, you at least got $100 off that person and you did all that you could to, teach them to, work the business. But we know how that is sometimes, and not everyone's going to work. You're going to have people quit. But that's just, it is what it is. And you move on.
Okay, Candace asked about what happens to those customers. That volume compresses up, so that counts towards your overall group volume for your whole organization. And those customers are still your customers. So if you place customers anywhere, you still take care of them. If I am placing customers under Courtney just to help her get started, or anyone, I'm still taking care of my customers. Just because I place my customers somewhere else doesn't mean I don't take care of them. I have customers all over my organization that I take care of. It doesn't matter where they are and where I place them. Okay. So now that we've talked about Emerald, I want to talk about the Emerald guarantee really quick. So the other piece of the guarantee income is that within your first 90 days, so 3 months, so if you joined in January, you have all of February, all of March, and all of April to go Emerald. And as long as you have personally enrolled 3 distributors and fast started them in their first 30 days, you go Emerald in those first 90, you have a full 3 months to go Emerald, which with this new chart is so flipping doable. It's not even funny. You get $3,000. It works as guaranteeing you're going to make $3,000 in your first 90 days. You guys, that's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Okay? Do not let it pass you by. And let's say, I was reading the rules today. Let's say you went Ruby in your first month, but you didn't enroll your 3 personally enrolled in your first 2 months. So you didn't get that $1,000 Ruby guarantee, but you still went Ruby. And then let's say you go Emerald in that first 90 days and you've enrolled the 3. By the time you go Emerald in that first 90 days, you still get $2,000 in guarantee income. So if there's a gap there, they're going to make it up. So much opportunity to make quick money in this business. Quick money. Okay? Candace, I'm not sure what you mean as for the charts. I'm not sure what you mean. If you can clarify that in the chat, I would be happy to.
Okay, so going back to her question, say you have someone that's at 400, a distributor at 400, and they just cancel their whole entire account. Now, you can still use someone's box if their account says active, and if their website's canceled and their auto shipment's canceled, but they're still active, you can still use that person to promote. But I always get fearful of them canceling, so I always stack distributors under those people that aren't working, because what's going to happen is say you have volume under someone, they're on your top line, and they have 400 in volume, and they cancel their whole entire account. Now, you'll have to start over with that box to get to 400, but all those customers that you placed under that distributor, or if they enrolled them themselves or whatever, the commission percentage will float directly under you. So you're getting paid still off the commissions. Those customers don't just disappear. You're going to get paid commissions off of all of those customers that was under that box that was canceled. You would just get paid I think it's 15% instead of 10. But for promotion-wise, you want to make sure you have to you just have to start a new box and start over with the volume if they fully cancel their whole entire box. But if they don't, they're still active, you can stack a distributor under there and just, go from there.
And if you have a distributor stacked under another distributor before they cancel, all of that volume still counts towards that qualified leg.
Yes.
So it still counts. So as long as you have an active distributor in that line, it counts as a qualified leg. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about the Emerald piece of the guarantee before we move on to Diamond? Anyone? Before we move on to Diamond, Courtney, do you want to talk about signing distributors a little bit? Because I think that we don't need to go into great detail, but for anyone that's newer on this or listening to this recording, I think that a lot of people overthink signing distributors, and Courtney was just recognized at our big annual conference for being a top distributor enroller in our whole company, which is a really big deal. And super, super proud of her. And so, but what's most important in all of this is to remember that, like, all of us that are on here that have been doing this for a while, like, we signed distributors just when we got started in our first month, just like you guys are. So if you're in your first month, your second month, and you feel like you're struggling, I promise you it's a mindset thing. But I want Courtney to give you some of her best tips about, like, what she does and how she goes about enrolling distributors in this company.
Okay, so for starters, if you can enroll a customer, you can enroll a distributor. It is all mindset. I'm so glad Kelly said that, because I feel like so many people say, well, I can sign customers, but I can't sign distributors. I'm struggling with distributors. That is why you're struggling with distributors, is because you're telling yourself you are struggling with distributors. It is such a mindset. I don't know why we psych ourselves out when it comes to signing distributors, but this is how I kind of think of it like this. This business is a blessing, and we have to remember that. So we are supposed to share this with other people, just like we share their products. So ask yourself this. Are you talking more about the products, or are you talking more about opportunity? Because I'll tell you right now, pretty much every single post of mine, most of them that I make is an opportunity post. What that means is, for people that are new, sharing your why. So let me go back a little bit. If you are brand new, okay, I was also someone that was brand new, just like all of us. We all started from zero. We all got the same kit. We had to start somewhere. We had to talk about the business. So what I did when I first started is I just talked about what this business was going to do for me. Because obviously when you first get started, if you haven't made any money yet, you're probably thinking, how am I going to post about this? I haven't made any money yet. You are going to share every little win. You're going to share anytime you enroll a customer. You're going to share, if you get a fast start bonus. And then you're also going to just make a post about your why you joined. When I sign up distributors, the first thing I do is I want them to make up their own announcement post, because I want them to tell me why they joined. So it reminds them like why they joined and why they need to do this business. So it's the same thing. Just, I post about my why every single day. It's just, I kind of just change it up a little bit. But when you're new, you talk about what this business is going to do. So you have all these bonuses on the line that we just talked about. Talk about, I am so excited. I cannot wait to get this $1,000 from this company. Like, it's about to pay me $1,000 in just 2 months. I just can't believe it. Like, what you're doing is you're not like lying. You're not doing anything like that. You are speaking life into that. So you're saying you're going to do something. You're speaking confidently that you're going to do it. And the people around you are like, wow, I could use $1,000, Or even if you're pumping gas and you say, okay, you made $20 in the business. Just say your first month you made $20. You best believe, you better be taking a picture of like your groceries or your gas and say, oh my gosh, I'm just so thankful for this extra income. Like, this helps so much with filling my tank up or filling half of it up or whatever. People don't know how much you make, and it's another business. But the fact that if you made $1 in this business, you best be sharing about it, because that's $1 richer than you were before. And so you share about everything. And if you go to my page, a lot of times when I'm sharing it because I don't message to get distributors, I am pretty much branding myself, and attraction marketing is how I get distributors. And so I really take time on my posts. And so if you go to my page and kind of read what I'm talking about, because it's hard to explain, but I usually put a picture of, like, say, my family, or Lane and Jacob, for instance, my husband and my son. Yesterday, I talked about our day, what we did. Now, this business, I've been in it for 2 years now, and so I do this full time. So I talk about where we were before this business and where we are now, and how we get to spend every day like we want to, and the freedom that this business gives us. And so I relate myself to, like, try to relate myself to one specific person, that mom that wants to stay at home, or that stay-at-home mom that needs that extra income. Find something that you can relate to with people. So if you work for full time still and you're doing this business on the side to make some extra income, you talk about that. You say, man, I'm just so thankful for this, my side business. I get to make some extra money while working full time. It's just helping out so much that I didn't have to go get a part-time job to make, ends meet. I have this extra income that I get to work from my phone to, help pay for blah, blah, or whatever. Literally, that is mainly what I do. I don't stop talking about the business. Okay, so I figure we message host to post for customers. We message goal to message for customers. We post in our stories for customers. My post I focus on my wall and in my stories too. Every single day is opportunity post. You have new followers. You're adding new people every single day. You should be. So new people are going to see your posts. You're going to feel like you're going to sound like a broken record, but people need to see it every single day. What is this business doing for you, or what it's going to do for you? That's my biggest tip. If you're not talking about it every day, do not expect to sign any distributors, because people, like, if I talk about coffee, so we talked about ThermoFight-X for how many weeks straight? So guess what I signed the most of? ThermoFight-X. I'm going back to coffee. I'm signing up people with coffee because I'm talking about it. I'm sharing about it. You're going to sign up people when you talk about it over and over and over and over and over. So making sure that these aren't copy and paste posts, guys, about signing distributors. Okay, these are posts that are coming within. Okay, you have to really take time. We are network marketers, okay? So we need to make sure we are not, we're taking time on our pictures. We're filtering them. We're making them look pretty. We're making them eye-catching, because if you're taking a really bright, pretty picture and then a dark picture, most people are going to like the bright, pretty picture instead of a dark, blurry picture. So making sure you're posting pictures that are nice to look at, because guess what? People are going to like those better, and then that gives you the open door to message them about the opportunity, because who knows, some people don't even know they like an opportunity post. And that's one of the reasons why I post of like just a random picture of me and my family, because then that opens the door for me to message them and say, hey, like, thank you so much for the love on my post. Like, it really, like, were you interested in hearing more about what I do to make some extra income on the side? And they're like, well, no, but tell me about it. It's kind of making them think about it. So that's just my biggest tip. I know I kind of explained that a little long, but that's literally what I do.
No, I think that's super helpful. And when you're brand new and you haven't been doing this as long as we have, you can talk about selling a wrap and what that $25, relates to. Because Courtney and I just earned huge bonuses, but we're not going to post about that every day, because that's not relatable and people don't find that to be believable. So we might mention it once in a blue moon, but we're not going to talk about it all the time because it's not believable. That's not why I joined. I joined to make an extra $500 a month. I joined to pay down debt. So when that's why those $100 bonuses are so great. Posting about those every week when I get them is so huge, and what I'm paying for with those. Showing people what you're doing. It doesn't, even if you're selling 2 packets of coffee, that's $10 in your pocket. Is that paying for like a fun lunch? Is that paying for a Chick-fil-A for you and your son? Like, that's Chick-fil-A money for me and Courtney. Like, taking our boys to Chick-fil-A for lunch.
Like, mine was actually $10.
So think about those things. Those are things that are relatable. That's what people want to hear about. And we all started where you were, just like Courtney said.
My biggest tip too is I always watch top leaders in the business. Like, I watch my enroller, Kristen. She's a presidential in this, so obviously I'm like, well, she obviously knows what she's doing. Anyone that's like diamond and above, I feel like you could go follow, just not to compare, not to steal their posts, but to just watch to see how they are posting, what the quality of the picture is, what picture is going with what wording, like how are they wording things. Because I literally just stalked Kristen's page when I first started, because I was like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But I just knew, like, by watching, I was learning. And so then I was like, okay, so she's telling about her life. Okay, she's telling a little bit about this or this. Like, And then I just noticed that with multiple people, and I'm like, okay, I guess I need to be doing that. And you get better at it as you go. You're not going to be like perfect from the, I mean, I'm not perfect at all. And I've been in this business 2 years, but I'm saying like, it's going to take time to figure it out. So give yourself some grace when you're figuring it out, but at least try every single day. And if it makes you feel better, I even tell my people like that when I enroll them, I'm like, if it makes you feel better to type it up and then share and send it to me first, I will be more than happy to read it for you, because I feel like that would even teach people to know how to word things, because I'm all about telling someone exactly how to word something to make them better. So if that makes you feel better about doing that with your enrollers, say, hey, I really want to do this opportunity post. Like, what do you think about it? Don't be scared to ask us. That's what we're here for. So that's another tip too, is just watch.
Okay. So I think we're going to move on to the diamond chart. Before I do that, Becca, do you have anything you want to add before I move on to diamond? No? Okay. Okay, so diamond is a really special rank for a lot of different reasons. And one of the really, really special reasons right now is that when you go diamond in February or March, you earn a $10,000 bonus. And these $10,000 bonuses are paid out over 10 months, and that's on top of your commissions. And that is life-changing money, you guys. We have a lot of people who earned these bonuses in January on our teams, and it's just so, so incredible. So what I want you to recognize looking at this diamond chart is that there's a common theme. Again, just like with emerald, there are 3 rubies on this chart, okay? So there's a ruby in one leg, there's an emerald in another leg, completely separate, and an emerald has 2 rubies, we just learned. And then there's a qualified leg on the top line. There are 15 people on a diamond team. So 3 qualified legs, one being an emerald, one being a ruby, and one being a qualified leg, meaning they have to have 400 in volume at minimum when you promote, and 8,000 in total group volume. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, it says my internet connection is unstable. Am I frozen? Hear me? Yes? Maybe? Can you guys hear me?
You're frozen. Oh, hey, you're back. You're not frozen anymore.
Okay. Sorry.
But you'll have to reshare your screen.
I can do that. Okay, so emerald, ruby, qualified leg. That's what you need to go diamond. 15 people. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. Because when you find a few people that want to do this with you, it can happen quickly. It can happen in a month. It can happen in 2 months. Okay? 8,000 in total group volume. Remember that you need 2,000 for someone to go ruby. You need 5,000 for someone to go emerald. So that just leaves an extra 1,000 that needs to come from somewhere. Okay? What is so special about diamond? Diamond is the first leadership rank. Once you promote to diamond, you start earning leadership bonuses. So those are leadership bonuses on anyone that you enroll after you go diamond. In addition to a fast start bonus, you get another $80 on anyone that you enroll. And that's paid out in your commissions check, and those can add up really quickly. And then anyone, and it just builds and builds and builds on that. So there's more percentages, you're paid at more levels. It is where you want to be. At a minimum in this business, you are not seeing, you know, Mark says at Diamond you get the license to print money. Diamonds can make anywhere from $2,000 a month is the average, to $3,000 a month, to more. I mean, a lot of diamonds make more than that. So there's a lot of potential, a lot of room for growth at Diamond. There's obviously more moving parts. There's more people on your team. There's more qualified legs. The most important thing to remember with a qualified leg is that Qualified legs have to have at least 400 in volume under them when you're promoting. The most important thing to remember with these rubies, the spots that say ruby on them and the spot that says emerald on them, those individuals have to be commission qualified. So that means, and that's on emerald and diamond chart. You've got a ruby or an emerald and you're promoting to diamond, those individuals have to be commission qualified. That means that they have to either be running an 80 BV auto shipment or they have to have 150 in personal bonus volume from their customers' orders, which will commission qualify them as well. You cannot promote to a rank initially for the first time without your emerald and your rubies being commission qualified. That is key. Okay, so you want to make sure that that's happening. Diamond right now, $10,000 bonus is what you earn when you go diamond in January of this year, February of this year, or March of this year. It's an amazing, amazing bonus. I know that there are a lot of people on our team that are pushing for diamond this month, or they went diamond last month and they're pushing for double diamond next month. But I wanted to see if anyone had any questions about diamond, because this is, it seems like a lot, but it really is doable within a month, 2 months. People can do crazy, amazing things in a month or 2 months. What it really comes down to is being dedicated to your business. So working your business at least an hour a day if you're focused on going diamond, especially being consistent in the way you're working your business, showing people what you're doing, sharing something, pushing pride aside, because especially if you're fairly new to this, it can be scary to put yourself out there and be talking about promoting to a rank that you're really nervous about and all of those things. But I can tell you guys, my goal when I got into this business was to make an extra $500. And my next goal after I accomplished that was to go diamond. And going diamond for me was me going part-time at my job. And I couldn't really talk a whole lot about that on social media because my boss was on my social media and my coworkers were on my social media. But $2,000 a month is a lot of money. Like in my past career, that was half of my full-time income. That's a lot of money. Some people, that's their full-time income. So sharing that, shouting it out, sharing with people what you're going after, people want to cheer you on. We have this notion in today's society that no one cares, that no one wants to see me do well. Everybody hates me. Like, we beat ourselves up on social media and we think like all of these horrible things because there's unfortunately some rude people in the world. But like, truly, you guys, when you become confident and you push your pride aside and you manifest your goals, you talk about your goals, people want to support you, people want to cheer you on, people want to see you be successful. Like, I have so many people that have reached out to me since we met our goal that are like, okay, what's next? Like, what's your next goal? Like, people want to know what you're doing and what you're going after. So if you don't share that with others, if you're not putting that out on social media, they don't know that you're going after a goal. They just think you're sharing about coffee that you like. They just think you're sharing about a Thermophyte X product that helped you lose 10 pounds in a week. Like, they don't know what you're going after if you're not preaching your goals and putting them out. So even if the goal feels super far away, even if the goal feels super close, you have to share it with others. And social media is a platform that you can reach thousands in a day. And that is a huge advantage that social media gives us versus belly to belly, where you may only interact with like 2 people during a day, which may be your child and your husband. So it's easy to interact with tons and tons of people on social media. Who has questions about going diamond or anything that I've talked about thus far? What if you hit all 3 ranks within your first 3 months? That would mean, well, so let's say if you hit, you would, as long as you fit the ruby and the emerald guarantee, so you've signed 3 distributors, gotten them fast start qualified, you would get that $3,000 guarantee. Diamond, you would probably, I guess, be surpassing that. So you would be making more than that. But you can go diamond in your first 2-3 months. It's not impossible. It's totally doable. Lots of people do it. And especially this new charting system, if you don't know the old charting system, it doesn't matter, but like, this makes it easier. It's easier to go diamond now that much faster than it was before. And we've been doing this for a while. So like, for us to say that, that's a big deal. Who has questions about Diamond? Becca, I'm sure you have like smart things you want to share.
Yes, I do. So now that you know what your chart is, so you know how many distributors you need to promote. Another thing that I tell my team to do is know your BV chart. So if you've been here a little bit longer, you've already had previous customers enrolling in the past few months. And so that is initially part of your 2,000 BV goal. So let's pretend that this is Ruby and you need 2,000 BV and you already signed, you already enrolled Courtney, Becca, and Danielle last month. So now it's figuring out how much BV you need. So it's a lot easier when you know your exact number and how much you need, and then you can break that down into packs or into products. So you need 2,000. Say last month, Courtney hit 400 BV in volume. And this month, say all three of them have 400 BV in volume. So what the tool that I use is Tree Viewer. I don't actually have the capability to show my screen right now, but if you go to your reports and you go to Tree Viewer and turn on that little top left that says loyal customers and turn it on, it has every single person that you've ever enrolled and every single person, each person in your team has ever enrolled. I like to write down every single person who is currently active right now, just so that you know how much is running by the 25th, if something is going to decline and who you need to talk to. And then, so I put their name, how much BV it costs, and then what day it's running. So since we don't have beta charting right now, this is the most important thing that you could do, especially if you are running for a bigger promotion. I would write down, it's a lot of work, but you will get the exact BV number you have, or roughly the amount that you need, and then you could break that down. So say you wrote down every single person that has an auto ship running this month, and you only need 400 BV to go Ruby. So I like to break that down into packs. So it's easier to have 4 people enroll with 90 BV instead of like 10 million 30 BVs. You know what I mean? So say you only need 400. My go-to post right now is Thermophyte X and 2 packs of coffee. That's 90 BV. So that means if it's a bigger number, so I put 400 divided by 90 BV, that means I need to sell 4.444. So 5 people. I need to sell 5 people this pack. So it's all about upselling. So when you have a bigger number, especially if you're going emerald, if you're going diamond, it's easier to see like a smaller number. And then you can break that down. Say you need to get 33 Thermophyte X and Keto Coffee combos. That is a lot easier to concentrate on than say 8,000 BV. Know what I mean? But you're not alone. You can have this goal as a team. You break that down to how many people are working. Say that there's only 5 of you working. That means 5 of you need to get 7 of these packs. So be smarter about your volume rather than just a million TFX, because you're really working harder, not smarter, and then just focusing on upselling. And then every single time that I enroll something, I go back to my list and I update it. Super helpful. And that's my only tip. So know your chart, how much distributors you need and how much volume you need, and that is your game plan. Then figure out what your packs are, how much you need, and then just consistently do that. If it's working for you, if you are killing it with TFX and Keto Coffee, that should be your go-to the entire month. And then just have people start commenting on that. And I think I was talking to Kelly about how we are doing comment trains right now. Super off topic, but this is for promotions. A bunch of us leaders have been doing it in the previous months, and it's been helping our business so much. If you can get together with 5 to 10 people, it does not even have to be on your team, 5 to 10 people who are in your accountability partners, and just get on a group chat. And anytime you have a post, or you could set up a time and just do a comment train. And that really helps people see that they're interested in your post, or they're interested in your products, and they're seeing that other people aren't scared to say yes. So they're going to go ahead and say yes. So that's one big thing that we wanted to mention while we were on here. And that's all I have to say.
Hey, can you cover, someone says, does the Emerald and Rubies need to be commission qualified each month, or just the first month of qualification? They always need to be commission qualified. Everyone needs to be commission qualified. I'm just kidding. 400 boxes don't necessarily have to be commission qualified for them to be at 400 for you to promote, but the legs do. So whoever's your Ruby, whoever's your executive, well, we don't have executive anymore. I'm so confused. Okay, so whoever's your Ruby and your Emerald, I'm like, wait a minute.
No more advice.
Whoever's your leg, they have to be commission qualified for you to promote. So say your Ruby has their 2,000 in volume and they have all 400 boxes filled, but they're not commission qualified. They need to be commission qualified by running an 80 BB auto shipment before the 25th, or you'll have to, if they're not working or whatever, you'll have to put 150 directly under them to make them commission qualified, which we don't want to do. Hopefully the Rubies are working, but they have to have that 150 in personal volume, which is personal orders or customers directly under them, or just by running an 80 BB auto shipment, which is what we all rather everyone do anyways. If you truly want to be successful in this, 80 BB auto shipment, because obviously you want to be a product of the product, but also it's instant cash you can sell. Like we were talking earlier, I sell a crap ton of keto coffee samples, like $5 for one, 5 for 20, and now we have greens on the go. They haven't shipped out yet, but they're going to soon, and it's like, holy crap, you can sell a skinny mocha pack for like $8, $9, $10, whatever you want to charge. You know, so you get products on hand. If you're new and you're like, I don't know what to try yet, get some products that have individual packets, put it on your auto shipment, pick 3 products that you can sell. You can sell the wraps, you can sell the collagen, you can sell the greens, you can sell the keto coffee, you can literally sell, and keto energy, like they're making all of our new products mostly are in individual packets, which is cool because you can sell them, you make cash. So yeah.
Yes, if you are promoting this month, run your auto. Just run it. You don't want to come 25th and you didn't have anything and then you missed being qualified. So.
And it's so nice to have samples for people. Like I sell my samples. Like I did giveaways for samples last month because I was promoting, but I sell samples all the time. Like I always have coffee, collagen, greens on hand. Always. Because I use them and because I can sell them.
Yeah, I just sent a ton of samples to my customers that ordered in January from the ones that are waiting on their Thermofide X. I sent them like a keto coffee sample. I sent 70, like, because I signed a crap ton of customers last month when I was promoting, but I sent like 70 samples to people with a thank you card. And like, I know like you're probably new and you're probably like, you don't need to do that. Like, don't worry. But like for anyone that, you know, ordered the Thermofide X that is still waiting, I just wanted to send them something just while they're waiting. And it's just having that on hand is awesome to be able to do that for people. They'll appreciate you more in customer retention, which I know we're not talking about this on the Zoom, but is super important to keep your customers longer. What's this?
Does anyone have any other questions about charting? Charting, just like Becca was saying, like breaking it down by numbers, like charting is how you promote in this company. So you have to understand charting and know where you're going. It's your roadmap. If you don't have a roadmap, if you don't know where you're going, you can tell everyone until you're blue in the face that you're going ruby, emerald, diamond, but until you understand and know where you're going, you won't get there. So if you're new and you after this are like, you have time to come, you know, like take it all in and you still have questions, come to us and ask us questions. That is totally okay. It's not like somebody showed me a Ruby chart and I just immediately like got it and knew exactly what I was doing. You guys, everybody has been in your position. Everybody feels overwhelmed, lost, like how am I ever going to get this? It's okay. We all have been where you are. I promise. It's overwhelming, but I want you to know that right now you are in the right place at the right time. It's an extremely exciting time in our company and in our business, and there are so many promotions happening on our team this month. So we just want to make sure that you guys are set up for success and that you know where you're going and you know what roadmap you have. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like, I don't even know, just look at a Ruby chart. Focus on a Ruby chart, okay? And then we'll talk about Emerald, and then we'll talk about Diamond. Yes, we are here to help you and help break it down, okay? If you guys have questions after you've had time to process, be sure to reach out to your enroller, reach out to us. We are here to help. Once I get this recording uploaded, I will share it on the team page in the thread from my post from earlier today. So please do not message me and ask me where the recording is, because as soon as I have it, I promise I will put it up for you guys, okay?